all your positivity. This is something that Steve Yu, who we've spoke about, we talk all the time offline about you, and he's so positive, and he likes this guy, and what do you think about this? And he said one time to me something. He said, you try so many things out health-wise, that in the end, it's beneficial. Because if 10 out of those health things, if 8 of the 10 worked,
right,
you were off. You were back. If 2 of them were nonsense, which I have to bring up a moment that I have never brought up to you about what I would call is perhaps voodoo.
Right.
Voodoo. Okay. You told me on my birthday that you were going to take me to a special doctor because you know that my body is not great, but I don't tell anyone. Nope. And you know things are what they are. So you're going to take me to the special doctor. I think you're just going to take me to a chiropractor, and you would have been better off just taking me to a chiropractor because at least the noise happens. Oh, that was great. You took me to this guy, no names, and he was a chiropractor, and he did adjust me. But before he adjusted me, Dallas, he said, I think you've got an aversion to corn. And I thought, okay. And he goes, I think you do. So he grabbed my hand. He goes, squeeze my hand. I squeeze his hand. This is very important what I tell you next. He goes, all right. He takes a vial of corn.
Yep.
He holds it over my body.
Yep.
It's not touching me. It's a vial. He holds it over my body. He goes, squeeze my hand again. Dallas, I squeezed his hand, and there was no difference. There wasn't a single difference. And he goes, yep, corn. And I was looking at you in the corner, and you were just going, And I thought, I know so much of what he does is right, but someone say something. And then he held it over my stomach. He goes, push your foot. Push it. Push your foot again. Push it. Same. It's the corn. Dude, like it was, I left and I forget when I walked in the house who was there, but I said, I have to tell you. It was a complete, I know it worked for you.
It works for me.
I know it worked for you, and I appreciate you taking me on the ride. But it is one of the moments where I thought, I love him too much to let him know that was a shaman. It wasn't real. It was like but maybe it was. I don't know. But that aside, things that don't work, something that clearly does work, and not, you have the footage and you've been so kind to never show anybody, your power cuffs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got these cuffs, the power cuffs, they're amazing. Just look up any of DDP's socials and you'll see what the power cuffs do. You had me do a workout with them, and I did not have enough gas in the tank. I gave up midway through without giving up, without tapping or saying I'm done. And you could tell I couldn't do anymore.
I cut back.
And you just said, we're not going to use any of this, which is a rare, you use everything.
Not if you don't look good.
But you, for me, were like, we're not going to use any of this. And I thought, well, I don't know what it was, but they do work.
Yeah.
They do work. Yeah, I told you my inebriated power cuff story.
No,
all right, it's time. It's time. WrestleMania 39 is in LA.
Right.
It's my first time in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yep.
I am so excited. It's SoFi, this brand new, unbelievable stadium. Maybe the greatest stadium in current out there. Just unbelievable place to see a game, to see a show, all these things. It's Roman Reigns, the greatest WWE main eventer as far as WrestleMania goes in history. It's myself. It's a whole story. It's true. Every piece of this is true.
Right.
Trying to win the title that Dusty didn't have. All that I mentioned earlier about the no loyalty. All that loaded up, man. I'm bringing that to this game. But I was really nervous about everything. I had said yes to every appearance. I had John Cone and Talent Relations had taken me everywhere. But I really was scared. I was nervous. I was anxious. West Coast show, so it's going to come quick.
Sure.
So I needed to sleep. So I took something that would help me go to sleep. That's the best way to put it. It's pretty nebulous, but I took something that would help me go to sleep. And then I was just drifting off, and I smelt burning. And and I looked on the lamp above my sink on my bus, and I had put one of the power cuffs on the lamp, and I burned through it. So it was like not the end of the world. I was going to use them the next day to pump up, but I like didn't know what to do, so I burned it and threw it away. There's next year the fire happened, so there's no fire, but I burned it. But the funny part was the next day you told me, you're like, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. And you're like, yeah, I feel good. Yeah, so and then you go, you got your cuffs, and I just went, yeah, I got them. But it took me like 3 months to reveal I need new cuffs because of this situation before WrestleMania 39, and then WrestleMania 40. You completely sobered me up, not in any sense, but you did something so funny that I'll never forget it. And you're always part of. We do big WrestleMania. Right. WrestleMania is what brings my family together. One of the whys for why I want to be in a great spot on it and why I work as hard as I would like to work is because I want them to come in April and know that the Rhodes name matters. Right. So the family all comes. We do the big dinner and we do all that stuff. But you were texting me. It's kind of like the day of my wedding, and you texted me all these questions, and I'm thinking there's someone else who can answer these questions, right? Like Brian, somebody answer Dallas's questions, right? I want Dallas taken care of. He needs to be there, but I can't be. And then you come on the bus, and I'm in my undertrunks. And you have your beautiful new wife there with you. So already we know each other now on like an intimate level. I'm like in my undertrunks, and I'm thinking I gotta go inside. It's time to go to work. And you're just like, hey, you got any coffee? Yeah, I got coffee. This is not hard. Turn coffee machine on. So I go to turn the coffee machine on, and you said, what do you got in the fridge? What kind of milk? You got like any like oat or almond, or what a healthy option do you? I don't know. I don't know. So like the next thing you know, I'm like the barista for you. And I thought like I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way, because Dustin also comes on that bus, and Dustin and I had a shorter interaction, but I feel like those are my favorite stories that come out of WrestleMania. Those are my favorite, my favorite moments. But yeah, that one made me laugh, because I think Brandy was like, hey guys, I think he's got to go inside and get ready. And I'm just pouring creamer, like, I don't know. Oh man. But
sounds like you're in the main event of WrestleMania, bro.
No, but it was and we had done it back to back. And you also really hip to that WrestleMania 39. You asked me the question I didn't want to answer. I remember. I fucking didn't want to answer it. You said, what happens if you lose?
No, I said, does it really matter if you do the job this time?
Yeah.
Because the fans will want it so bad. And you go, what if we lose momentum? I go, what if you don't?
Yeah, but you're not wrong. But that's crazy gambling. You know what I mean? Like when you say stuff
that paid off in spades.
Yes, but when you say stuff like, it's either going to be the worst thing that ever happened to you or the best thing that ever happened to you. The problem is, you know what that means. You know, like, great, I'm going to make this awful situation the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't.
That's what you do, though, dude.
I try. But
No, that's what you do. And when you finally, you'll lose a little bit of that shit when you just say, no, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did.
Yeah.
That's what he taught me to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just giving you back third generation.
No,
over to
for
you,
sure.
You know?
Here's something that I've adopted at backstage, and the Unreal cameras they've seen me say it enough that I feel like they now know what I mean. But we run into all these situations where it's WrestleMania this year, for example, or the title change in Germany, and let's pivot, let's make some different moves and all this. And there's a lot of momentum behind Drew. People love Drew, and as they should. He's awesome. I always tell people, because people will say, I don't know if that's good for you, or, and I don't know if I mean it arrogantly. I think I just mean it from my own experience. But what I tell them is, I can survive it. That's what I tell everyone. Michael Hayes has heard me say it a lot. Mr. Heyman's heard me say it a lot. Is I can survive it.
You know what I love?
I don't know if that's good or bad, but I felt like as a baby face, it's becoming a powerful trait. Like, great. All of this is a lot, guys. You know what? I can survive it.
You know what? I love that Cena said, just be you.
Oh, yeah. In the
I
ring.
mean, that was powerful. That's a powerful,
Told me in the ring.
powerful statement, bro. That's what that is. That's a guy who's been there, and I never understood when people didn't like Cena. Talk his ass off.
Yeah.
Works great.
Yeah.
Does whatever it takes. I mean, I got a lot of respect for that cat, man. When I saw him do friggin' the ESPYs, I was like, this guy's different level.
Yeah.
He's different level.
He something he said too when we came out for Mania, but also for SummerSlam. He said he was saying, "Don't worry about them. They'll be making noise all night. Don't worry about them." Which I didn't feel like I needed to hear it at the time, but then I did. You know, and that's what made it more special to me was, has he ever had to tell anyone this? Because he's always been the one having to do that.
Right.
Now he's telling someone, don't worry about them. Ooh, there's responsibility in that. There's power in that. Like, I don't mind at all. Somebody, one of my peers kind of took a shot at me the other day and was like, oh, is this because Cena's your mentor? And I thought, yes, A is the answer, but I'm not mad that you know that. I'm not mad. That's, oh my, what a bad one to have, right? Right? Oh my, you know, the greatest of all time, 17, and continuing to have another chapter. Now.
And a hell of an actor.
Yeah.
The hell of an actor.